Alright, alright. Hello, everybody. My name is Turtle, and today we're going to be here with a little bit of Reverse 1999 3.0, a long way. I haven't been streaming for a while, and I used to do it more on Twitch. We're going to try YouTube. And obviously, if you browse around the channel, you'll see that I've done Reverse content before, so we're just continuing that tradition. But anyways, today we're going to be exploring parts 1 to 5 this new update, and hopefully it's going to be good. Right? They have not missed. They have had some ups and downs in terms of story quality, but overall, pretty good. Yeah. If you want the no commentary version of this, I'm probably going to upload that at a later date. That's going to probably include 1 to 10 instead of just 1 to 5. But for now, this is all we're gonna see. Without further ado, let's get started. After blood, a new era bearing many marks of another time, caught in an endless spiral of war. Piton ons partie une. It's gonna speak it in French.
Everyone imagines their future. In most, they grow up, they make friends, get married, and hope to make their fathers and grandfathers proud. We enter this new era full of those same hopes for our future. We had no idea what lay in wait for us. We called it the triumphant opening to the greatest era in history. A rite of passage for every man to be. Join us in an adventure side by side, bound by courage and loyalty. Return home victorious, and let your legend be told for generations to come. That was the future we imagined. Now, those sweet and fitting lies have melted away. Barely more than children, we find ourselves bound, not for adventure, but for an open grave of mud and ruin. Those of us who were lucky, or unlucky, to survive this battlefield were forged into something new. Numb, cruel, corrupted. The earth became fire and mud, and all of us devils. What was it that we wanted from this war? To be remembered and celebrated as heroes? Or to forget and be forgotten? The answer may seem obvious, but the question itself lies at fault. Because death, meaningless death, came for thousands of us every day, and we knew. We soldiers never had a choice.
Powerful intro. We'll also try to read any text. Nice.
Anything else? It's the air of God. Father, what year is it now? Subconscious stable. No sign of invasive illusions. Cognition reality match rate normal. Our test subject awakens.
Ward. Rehab center.
Last question. What's this?
An animal.
An elephant.
The questioner realizes she should have expected nothing less than a blunt answer.
Correct. A plain and simple answer like that is an excellent sign.
This test isn't like the others, from the artificial somnambulism we used to go through.
It's a special examination we've prepared for all personnel involved in the Antarctic operation. It wasn't my idea, by the way.
Do you see the elephant? She powers down her equipment, the whirs and hums of its electric current fading with a soft drone.
I would say, based on your recovery so far, you could have been discharged a week ago, but we had strict orders to complete our entire course of treatment outlined in the medical manual. Whatever it is that hides under the Antarctic, it didn't do any additional harm to your mental health. You're lucky, you know. Many others have suffered irreversible damage that will limit their day-to-day lives.
What about Nautica and Miss Stranger?
I have no access to Miss Stranger's information. All I know is she's been sent to another department for treatment. As for Nautica, she's doing great.
Mesmer Jr. offers her judgment in plain terms.
Where is she now? Does she have enough space to stretch?
Mr. Hoffman cleared out a lecture hall for her. I wouldn't call it a palace, but it's spacious enough to meet her needs. Too bad, though. Now she's being cornered in there by every arcane biologist, ancient myth enthusiast, and crazy ritualist we have on staff. I guess they've decided she's an invaluable opportunity to learn more. You do have access to that hall if you really want to know how she's doing. Just go knock on her door. She's also been asking about you.
The therapist averts her gaze and shifts away to end the conversation as she begins to tidy the ward. A soft knock at the door breaks the awkward tension.
Timekeeper? Come on in, Zanetto.
The splash of orange from her hair is a welcome break from the dull grey and white. Zanetto casts a polite glance towards her old classmate.
Hi, Mesmer. How's the timekeeper doing? She's good to go. Thank you. Just a minute.
Zanetto recalls today's agenda.
Timekeeper, Madam Z said the Storm investigation team is back. She's waiting for you in Madam Vice President's office.
Let's head that way then.
You two have fun. Take care.
Nesma Jr. sees the guests out, staying behind to wrap up her final tasks. The aftershocks of the 10th storm still ripple through the Foundation. Though they've long grown used to changing times, the staff move through the geometric corridors less like a well-oiled machine and more like a clogging artery.
There's so much tension in the air now.
I suppose because this storm was different from the ones we've seen before. I look forward to hearing what Madame Z has to say about it.
I don't intend to waste my time on this anymore.
Huh?
A committee member strides out of the office, his face completely distorted in contrast to his neat uniform. Another man rushes behind him, doing his best to keep his pace in check.
Please, I thought we reached an agreement, Aaronai.
However, the one he's chasing has already reached the fork at the far end of the hole.
Naturally, I accept the committee's decision. If you really think we don't have to prioritize the Manus, then be my guest.
Our top priority is to restore peace and order to this era. You should know that.
We're at war, Mr. Pacifist. One far more dangerous than you could possibly conceive.
Pacifist? What do you mean, pacifist?
Aaronai doesn't respond. He turns down the left path and disappears from view. Pacifist committee member gives up his chase and takes the other path.
The room they just came out of, is that...
It does appear so. The Vice President's office. Let's go.
After you.
Vice President's office. The expected occupant is nowhere to be seen. Only her chief of staff waits inside.
Very nearly perfect timing, Birdson. Senator, I had heard that the rehab center cleared you for release. But it's all the more reassuring to see it for myself.
The signs of the fierce argument that took place linger in the mess of documents strewn over the table.
Madame Z, we saw Aaronai and Pedra at the door.
Let's not talk about them for now.
Understood. So, the Storm investigation team has returned?
Correct. Thanks to the field agent squad and our investigators, we've collected enough proof to verify your hypothesis. History has changed. The 10th storm has brought us to an entirely different 1920 than we knew. One with the war still raging that should have long been over.
Do we understand why history has changed?
Applause has two hypotheses. The first centers on the ritual held in the Antarctic. Despite being interrupted, its flood might have changed the storm's nature, which has resulted in an even greater deviation from history as we knew it. Don't look so discouraged. That would be much better than the other theory. After her revival, Arcana may have obtained the power to use the storm to alter the course of history.
If that is the case, in all likelihood, that means this war...
is likely a result of international manipulation by Arcana. Manus Vindictae is trying to bring more chaos to the world.
The solemn room welcomes its master.
It's been a long time since we last met in this room, Timekeeper.
It seems like nothing has changed.
But there's no time to dwell on that. I have some critical updates for you. This war may be close to its end. Though the fighting continues, we've begun engaging each side's leaders, and we believe a truce is possible. There will be a peace talk, and the committee has decided to act as its mediator. Peace is always the Foundation's top priority. After this situation is stabilized, We'll pool our resources and focus on the Manus.
I see. How's the progress so far?
The Chief of Staff answers on her behalf for this minor detail.
Our branch leaders have built lines of communication, and we have reached an agreement on some of the terms with their respective governments. Pedro will go to meet the commanders on behalf of the Foundation, with the aim to reach a lasting truce by the end of the month. If everything goes well, we may be able to restore peace before the new year.
Uh-oh. Now is the time to ask the question that's been lingering in her mind.
As we arrived, I heard Iranai call Pedra a pacifist. Does Iranai disagree with the Foundation's policy regarding the war?
It isn't a matter of the policy, but the means by which we achieve it, to be precise.
How do you mean?
He and a few others believe all attempts to restore peace are bound to fail unless we destroy the Manus first. In short, he wants to do things the tough way.
That's an abrupt end to the first chapter.
Ah, a visitor. How unexpected. There's nothing here now. Only the ashes of war. What is it you want from a place like this? Run along now. Back to your school books. Or a swing in a playground, perhaps.
German person, I think.
This is no place for a girl like you.
This.
Naturally. I am no celebrity. I'd prefer to keep it that way. Fame is of no interest to me. Just an opportunity for greater harassment. But the entire world is in ruins now.
German or Belgish?
I have nowhere else to go.
Belgish? Flemish.
And it seems you're stuck here with me. You poor sap. You trekked to the end of the world. Fought a pointless war, and for what? A broken spinning wheel? Even that they took away from you. Along with the girl clinging to life by a thread. Before sending you off to the next battleground. I hope that rusty old thing holds some kind of secret. To saving the world or ending this war. Maybe then you can take on another career before you die. A watchmaker, perhaps. I've nothing more to say. Would you kindly leave me alone for a while? I have no tea or snacks to offer. I can't even recall what they taste like. Go on. Savor the war. There'll be another after this. No need to worry about things going exactly as you'd like.
Grim. Old boots. They once belonged to an unfortunate soul, but perhaps they will grant you better luck. What do you do? Trenches. Soldiers lay a corpse on dry wooden plank, making an effort to place their fallen comrade in something resembling a peaceful pose. The plank, formed from dismantled ammo crates, has been formed into a makeshift sledge complete with sorry about that. Sledge complete with a small set of wheels. Perron. The handler stands resolutely by the body. At the edge of the trench, his tattered cloak making him look the part of a grim reaper. He kneels, prying off the soldier's dog tag, and pockets the bottom half. Franz Schreier.
This is all we could find. Can you take care of him, Charon?
Natürlich. He will be given a proper burial.
I thought they said this war would end before the winter came.
And now familiar gloom seeps out from behind Randolph's thick glasses, like tears. Franz lies still, indifferent to the scene. Another soldier shoves his way through their small crowd, puffing with frustration, places another leg on the board, completing the set. Then, without a word, he removes the boot from the corpse's other leg, matching it with another.
Now he'll be ready for the march home. You sure that was Franz's leg?
The kind-hearted Captain Wilhelm looks at his soldiers in horror.
Better be. I risked my life up there grabbing it. He promised I could have his boots if he got scraped off.
Mein Gott. I remember when he said that.
He starts to say something, but swallows it back. The soldiers huddle together in the narrow bend of the trench.
But
Karen's words come out in a slow drip, seemingly unaware of the conversation around him.
Andreas went missing in the last attack. The body will be impossible to move off the front lines without him.
Your pony could pet its worm food.
Shut up, Erich!
Please, don't worry. There will be somewhere quiet nearby. But it may take a while to find it.
Take your time, Charon. The weather's cool these days.
Wilhelm attempts a pat on Karen's shoulder. Not far away, Major Eberhard Braun, the company commander, sits on an empty water drum, his eyes fixed coldly on the trench wall ahead. He drops his cigarette butt and stands.
Charon, come here.
Jawohl.
He responds to his superior.
You remember Montpey? The town near Aria?
Gewiss. We fought there in the warmth of summer. Our Oberstleutnant died in that battle. You were in charge of a company until you were injured and sent to recover. There were many graves to be dug, but the days were warm and dry.
It was a hard fight to drive our enemy from that town. A damn good one. Even if our lines have only moved a short distance past it since.
But why this talk of Montpey all of a sudden?
Army Command has decided to attend a parley held by the Foundation in Montpey. Colonel Hirschfelder will be present on behalf of our nation.
Colonel?
We've handed
No
it
more
over to the
generals, huh?
Foundation. They're calling it a safe zone.
Many hope that peace will come before the winter.
The Major's response is blunt.
The only end to this war I can accept is victory. Total victory over our enemies. They say we've broken through on the Eastern Front. We only need to push our advantage and they'll collapse. Once we've freed up all that manpower and material, we'll be able to crush our enemies here too.
We may run ourselves dry of ammo and blood before then, sir. No cries of victory are loud enough to wake the dead.
Winning here is a part of something far bigger than you can understand.
Is it? When you returned to the front after your injury, you came with eyes red as a furnace. You wore an old face, a mask of war. You haven't worn that mask in many years, since before our first taste of battle and blood. A whole class volunteered. Nothing more than schoolboys. We marched obliviously into the killing field. You should rest.
The Major's already thin lips pressed together in a sharp blade-like line.
Enough with the poems, soldier. I called you with an order. You must go to Montpey. Herr Mühlenberger sent us a package, and I need someone to fetch it for me. I know you'll do your duty for the fatherland, mein Freund. Take as many bodies with you as you can. We can't leave them rotting in the trenches. Dismissed.
The Major gets up and moves down the trench.
Montpey looks like it had been a nice little town. Before the war. Now, its old streets and laneways are pocked with craters and crumbling buildings. Cruel reminders of the brutal battles that raged through it. silent screams still echo to me from its laneways. A reminder that a man who has seen war will only find peace when he is dead and buried.
The town has seen the worst of the war, but with a sudden influx of traffic and activity, it seems to breathe new life. The streets, barely cleared, are swarming with uniforms, some military and others checkered grey and white.
Are you looking for help, sir?
His head creaks in the direction of the voice, finding a young woman, likely a medic. A golden badge marks her as the Foundation's employee, but even more striking is the armor layer over her coat.
Hold on, soldier. I'm Krankenschwester Masha. Please show your face so I can verify your identity.
Guten Tag, Schwester. What lies beneath this mask will not give you the answer you seek. Here, let this serve for identification.
He rummages out a notebook from his coat, retrieving a folded ID card from within.
Major Eberhard Braun is waiting on a package from Montpey. He sends his NCO to collect it. He did not say from whom.
She receives it, studying the card.
I see. Your name is Paul.
Karan. That is the name the soldiers use, and the one you should use as well. The name you see there doesn't belong to this war any longer.
I've heard your name before.
He returns the document, then scans around as she wrings her hands.
You'll find plenty of packages here. Go ahead and look for whichever one belongs to your Major Braun. But there'll be more paperwork to sign before you can leave with it. If you're willing to wait, things will get moving again once the parley has finished.
Time is a resource the dead have in abundance.
He looks back at her, his body seeming almost rooted to the spot.
Are you certain you're a right soldier?
The war has taken its toll, but there's nothing you can do to fix these old wounds. You said that you are a medic, Schwester Masha. Is that why you ask?
Yes, of course. Ordinarily, I would be at a clinic, but I was asked to lend a hand here.
Where are the dead from your clinic laid to rest?
He reflects on his words.
We don't have any yet, by the grace of God. Though, I don't expect that to remain the case. There's a bare slope just outside of town. I noticed it when we first arrived here. It could serve that purpose were someone to die.
That is good to hear.
That someone might die?
The delayed reply leads to misunderstanding.
No. The slope. A quiet place is needed. Many of us from the front lines could find rest there.
You mean your brothers in arms?
All who need burial are my brothers in arms, though they may have once fought on different sides. Should there be any in your clinic that need it, they will find rest there too. In a coffin under a marker to remember their place as is fitting, if you will allow it.
So be it. You're offering them more decency than most others would. I'll show you the spot.
Forest outside the safe zone. Uh-oh. The outskirts of Montpey. Dense woods conceal most obvious traces, yet small sounds are amplified.
Who's there?
You've run late.
I barely made it. This whole area is under heavy guard.
The soldier squints, eyes narrowing at the grey-blue uniformed figure ahead.
Where's Hector? He never mentioned you. Give me the countersign.
He raises his weapon, framing the stranger in his sights.
Did you hear me? Who the hell are you?
Yet his target is unfazed.
2 paths lie ahead for you.
What are you talking about?
In one, you lead me to your commander. In the other...
She lowers her rifle and bows her head in a motion almost like prayer. It stuns the soldier for a moment.
You are led into perdition.
Bro didn't give her a chance, just fired. I'm guessing, right? Montpé, they wanted to translate into mountain of peace, like montagne is mountain in French, and then paix should be like peace. So mountain of peace.
Je prie pour vous. My sight shall unveil the hidden. This is now. The enemies of peace shall be stamped out.
Oh.
Now is the time for repentance. A worthy victory.
One hell of an ability, that. The final gunshot rings through the thick forest and then fades away. She crouches, retrieving a pouch from the fallen enemy. In the mess of documents and maps, she finds the note she needs.
Foundation. Barley. Hirschfelder.
After reading it, she looks northeast. Beyond the tree line lie the ruins of Montpé. Oh, chapter 2. Pas intéressant. Rumors, entertainment. Being stuck in recovery is boring, keeps you from getting shot. Blah blah blah. Let me share the recent news. Soldiers came back from the dead. Signed under Major Braun. Posting my Gott. Alright, this is finally dawned on me. I've always known why he refused them after all. I just never thought anyone would have the courage to make the choice. He's only bodies from the field. Go on. Battle of the Birds. Those who claim the pen is mightier than the sword rarely seem to live by their words. Partie 3. Preparation area.
Are you sure you won't come with me, Capitan?
After a long rest, Lily readies up for her next mission.
Admiral Som assigned this mission to you personally, not the whole team. Besides, Madame Z asked me to stay in the headquarters.
Isn't it going to be boring waiting around here? The Storm Reformation Directive said Team Timekeeper isn't subject to the Foundation's orders. We can go wherever we want.
Yet it also says the Timekeeper is still bound by Madame Z's orders, Lilia.
Ugh. So frustrating.
Reality slams up against her freedom-loving impulses.
I thought I'd finally be able to show you what things are really like out on the steppe. It's going to be a view to remember.
We'll have other chances.
Yeah, I suppose a view like that doesn't change much no matter what era it is. Anyway, any idea when they're going to set you loose again?
I think it will have to wait until after the tension clears.
What are you talking about?
Haven't you heard about the doves and the hawks?
We got birds now? Nah, I just got back from vacation.
Darn.
Let me guess. Same thing as ever. Politics. Go on. Just tell me enough so I know who to blast if someone kidnaps Vertin again.
Simply put, the committee has split into two factions on the Foundation's course of action. The Doves and the Hawks. The Doves insist on seeking peace through diplomacy, hoping to secure advantages in
Hey,
the
is that
post-war
Cat
political
from
landscape.
Madame Z?
Uh-huh. And the Hawks?
They believe that the governments we're dealing with have been infiltrated too deeply by Manus Vindicte, so diplomacy is off the table. They want to take more direct action by arresting any high-ranking military and political figures suspected of collaborating with the Manus.
Really? I would have never thought we'd do something like that. Efficient, the kind of plan I like, but also like it could be the mother of all messes.
Precisely. That's why the Doves prevailed, at least for now.
Lilia shakes her head. She's had enough of politics for one day.
Complicated. So what side you on, Capitan?
I'm not on any side.
Departure time. She mounts her SU-01.
No matter then. I'm on your side. Daskorova!
With a sharp roar, the flying broom shoots out a blast of air, and soon enough, the seasoned pilot vanishes into the clouds.
People are dying out there. We have to reduce the number of decision makers. We can't afford any delays. I need all the faction leaders to reach an agreement before the committee meeting starts.
That's why Petra and Irenai were here.
Yes, it was not an easy task to persuade Irenai, but we did it.
Good. But I'm not on either side. It seems like there's no need for me to stay. Why are you keeping me around?
I have my reasons, as I'm sure you expect. The Storm Reformation Act won't keep you and your team secure forever, Vertin. The final result of this meeting, whatever it is, will change many things. That may mean more latitude and resources for your team. Then again, it could mean the exact opposite. Anyway, if you intend to seize anything from this opportunity, you'll need to stay until the meeting's over.
Time to go, Soneto.
Quite the takeoff. That must have been Lieutenant Lilia, wasn't it?
Grayus! She turns and a red-haired man enters the frame.
Have I got it right, Timekeeper?
You have.
You must be Mr. Grayus, the captain of the 12.
Seems you're already acquainted then.
I've read the report on the Antarctic operation. Your name was mentioned.
Grayus nods to Soneto and thanks before adopting a more guarded expression.
I've been reading up on you. Just a few choice selections from your after-action reports before our Antarctic expedition. Seems we have you and your team to thank for thwarting many a wicked scheme hatched by Manus Vindicte in previous storms. Shame we couldn't put a stop to Arcana's revival, too. Now look at the dog's breakfast of an era we stepped into.
A communication request comes through at that exact moment. Grayus is about to speak again, but lets it go.
I do hope we'll have the chance to cooperate more closely in the future. Feel free to call on me if you find yourself in need, Timekeeper.
Thank you, Mr. Creus. I'm afraid further introductions will have to wait. We're called elsewhere.
The brief encounter ends. Grayus remains where he is, pressing his communicator.
Speak.
I passed along our intel about Manus Vindicte's possible infiltration of the safe zone. Anyone's guess if they're gonna do a damn thing about it. And Marsha was seen leaving the safe zone with an odd-looking German soldier.
Any idea where she's heading?
I kept my distance. Didn't want to risk exposure.
Should I have any concerns about it?
Whatever he is, I don't get the impression he's with Manus. He came up from the lines, started a conversation, and just like that they started walking away. You're jumping at shadows, Chris. Ever since Antarctica, it seems like you've been imagining phantom oil stains on everyone we meet.
He leaves the remarks unanswered. On the other end is a clear directive.
All the same, keep an eye on her.
And take my eyes off the town. What about searching for those infiltrators?
The Foundation has enough security on site to keep things in check.
Yeah, right. Let's just hope those Haferbrains can do their job. Haven't Merrill and Paravian been transferred to HQ?
I hope you weren't expecting a hand. I need them for my field mission as soon as our application is approved. Focus on your mission, Yemalai.
Yemalai.
Not many of us have any real idea what it's like to view the trenches from above. But in my haunted dreams and flashes of imagination, I picture them as claw marks. I keep returning to that thought over and over again. The image of some terrible monster ripping the earth apart with its claws. Then we hide, trembling like maggots in the wounds it leaves behind.
Graveyard.
Here.
Cowell stops, staring out over the woods, only just beginning to advance on a slope that bears the scars of trench work and artillery.
It is quiet enough, but the dead may come to outnumber the empty lodgings below.
I wouldn't have thought the dead mind having neighbors. The real trouble is how far it is from the clinic.
He lets his gaze drift from the hills to Marsha, settling on her armor.
There is something about you. A contradiction lying under cloth and steel.
I know what you want to ask. Yes, I was a knight once.
He preempts the question, one she's learned to expect.
Like other Arcanists, I was enlisted in a special unit and sent to the front as soon as the war started. This armor is only a habit. I'm a medic now. It's not much for protection. Modern bullets go through steel this thin like paper. But I want to remember.
Only in death does the duty end. Yet you live again with the Foundation.
Noch eine deiner Fragen? Diesmal werde ich dir keine Antwort geben.
He stumbles at her retort, like a clumsy soldier stuck in mud.
There was no ill intent. The ways of this war do not fall upon your shoulders. Our path is not chosen, nor can it be escaped. The end to our war is found in the grave.
I know. Death shouldn't be the only way a soldier like you can find peace.
Marsha glances back. The view of Montpay is blocked by a dense forest.
I'm needed back at the clinic.
And there is work to be done here. Please, hear this apology. You have chosen a noble path.
BFFs. Inside the safe zone, the first round of talks is concluded. Colonel Hirschfelder exits the building draped in Foundation banners. Adjutant officers flank him tightly, like Remora swimming beside a shark.
This meeting is over.
His aide drapes a coat over his shoulder. The colonel's mood is sour. His eagerness to end the talks is obvious. Commissioner Pedra follows at a respectful distance, maintaining proper decorum.
Our proposal really is in everyone's best interest. Please, give it a bit more thought, Colonel.
Our best interest, yeah. You have failed to convince me. All I see is the insistence that we pretend this war is not going in our favor. And I will have no more of these ridiculous conspiracies concerning Manus Vindictae. Our war and our victory have nothing to do with this terrorist organization, or cult as it may be. The decisions of His Imperial Majesty's government will only align with a rational assessment of the facts at hand.
We fully understand your concerns.
Words without action.
Would you at least consider a temporary truce? Keep your forces at the front, but halt all active military operations.
The military delegates enter the car idling roadside.
There are two sides to every truce, Herr Negotiator. Our enemy has yet to show any hint of sincerity.
You are referring to the assassinations.
Do these Schweinehunde have any honor? Sending their snipers after our high rank?
Okay. Time freezes. A bloom of crimson explodes out from the colonel's neck. Staccato heartbeats thump in a rising crescendo to meet the distant booming crack of a rifle.
Oh, what the?
Time melts back into motion. Shouts erupt. Feet thunder. Weapons fire off at shadows. Pedro feels someone yanking at his collar, the pull growing stronger.
Take cover, Mr. Pedro!
Soldiers dive towards their fallen officer. Chaos drowns out all else.
Sanitäter! Der Oberst wurde getroffen! Wir brauchen einen Sanitäter! Los, bring den Oberst in die Klinik!
Savage. One hell of a chapter that was. Huh. Oh. Lieutenant Lily has escaped during the Sao Paulo incident facilitated by Mulder, key figure among the rebel forces. The appendix concluded following the completion of the ritual, we have initiating thorough reveal of special personnel to clarify the circumstances under the rebellion and to prevent other incidents. Under these circumstances, it is advised that Lieutenant Lilia remain at Foundation headquarters for further investigation rather than joining Team Timekeeper's Australian deployment. Month's interrogation showed Lieutenant Lilia's impatience with the process, though she continues to provide necessary cooperation. With the comparing statements from Xenos special personnel files with the interrogation records, there are still multiple inconsistencies that requires further verifications. No further action. None. Bill has been terminated unexpectedly, and I must emphasize that no additional explanation will be provided. Oh. Beagle. Human. Transferred to Squad 12. Reyes Circle. Found Yamalai. Oh, Paravean. Beagle. Found Yamalai. Human. Oh, he's 37? That's a very big difference. Run into Vigil's Bureau. Yeah. Krios' personal recommendation. Served as Vigil officer and participated in several classified operations. Transferred to 12th Squad. Has an extensive criminal background. No surprise that Krios keeps him on a tight leash. Meryl Blackbird. Arcanist. Storm Orphan. Krios knows the talent. He had never met patients for role followers. Seems even Krios knows 12th needs arcane talent. Judging by her grades, his standards aren't exactly demanding. Greyish blue, shrouded in fog and shadow, or in shadows and fog. Articat. Having parted ways with the curious gravedigger, the knight continues back to the Foundation's safe zone. Tangled branches rustle, sharpening her mind into alarm, but as her hand twitches to her sidearm, a small and timid creature hops out.
Nur ein Hase. Wie schön, dass Sie zurückgekehrt sind.
Feels in some way hopeful. If hares can return, perhaps two people, Flower's life. The sound is unmistakable, and yet she questions herself.
Was that a gunshot?
She drops low, seeking its source, scanning, placing the sound.
From the safe zone.
Battle Hone senses strain to pick out the smallest detail. The abrupt alert tone startles her upright and out of cover.
No ID. But it has to have come from someone in the Foundation.
He hits the connect button.
Marsha, right?
Who are you?
No time to explain, just listen. Colonel Hirschfelder was just assassinated getting into his car right after the parley. The shot went clean through his neck, severed the carotid artery.
The Colonel's dead?
Yeah, but the important thing is that the shot came from the forest, somewhere near your location.
How do you know where I am?
Just take cover. I'll call again when it's safe.
Who on earth are...
The call is cut. Masha switches the device to silent and tucks it away, stunned.
With the Colonel dead, there isn't much hope for the peace talks.
She repeats the message under her breath, her mouth dry.
Can't worry about that now. The sniper may still be here.
She siphons the shock into willpower. The Order's training has taught her how to manipulate her emotions, controlling them right down to the flow of hormones. They've also taught her not to sit and wait for death.
All I have is this pistol. Still, a bullet is a bullet. I'll just need to get close.
Retrieving her weapon, she weaves tactically between the thick tree trunks and dense shrubs that offer concealment, inching her way back to Montpay. Between the brambles and foliage, she spies armed figures in the distance.
Over there.
Who's there?
Evidently, she had been spotted too. On instinct, she slumps downward and a bullet scrapes a long gash across her metal armor.
Small caliber. 5 of them. 2 with machine pistols. Their uniforms, unclear in origin.
Come out!
A flurry of follow-up shots shreds bark and skin, painting her armor with splashes of blood. But she leans on her training, slowing her heartbeat to limit her bleeding and maintain focus.
Need to leave one alive. Now, to get a little closer.
Oh my. We are gonna pull the guns.
The battlefield is ever changing, but I shall remain focused no matter what.
Could do her on the blood type team for now, but we're not. I think it's just more fun thematically to not have blood type out on the field right now. I don't think it matters because we're still horrifically overleveled, but
Are they the snipers?
thought that counts.
There! The white robe! Looks like a medic? She's alone. Take her out!
Never underestimate your enemy, gentlemen.
My sight shall unveil the hidden.
I don't need the high ground to hurt you.
Target locked down.
I found my target.
This is now. Now is the time for repentance. Le glas funèbre sonne pour toi.
I never miss.
That's not an arrow, that's a grenade launcher. Or that's not a bullet.
Not a fan of my work. The enemies of peace shall be stamped out. A shot hit.
Okay, I'm kind of understanding her mechanics now. Set up for building up. Oh.
Daniel? Fuck! He's down, boss. I should have known the bitch would be a distraction.
Who made that shot?
Retreat!
I'll show you.
My sight shall unveil the hidden.
Más allá del concepto mundano del tiempo.
I have seen to the heart of you.
Cosmología, filosofía clásica, el fun.
Case closed. I'll be sure to write a report.
Young. The ambushers fall one by one. Masha peeks out from cover, unable to identify their uniforms.
Black uniforms. Can't tell who they might be. Perhaps the Manus? Never mind. Who is it that helped me? Could you...
While Masha is pondering this, a few dry leaves land on top of her head.
Cast your eyes up.
Huh?
She looks up to behold a cloaked figure hidden among the branches. The rescuer bears a rifle, heavy caliber, scoped with distinct markings, the weapon of a sniper. A dangerous inference is drawn in her mind, yet Marta begins tentatively.
Was it you who shot these men? Do you know who they are?
Feels as if the questions are only pebbles lobbed too lightly to reach the perched stranger.
You must have something more to say. Why bother showing yourself otherwise?
Tell me, what is it that the Foundation concerns itself with here?
That's no secret. We're working on a parlay to end this war. But one of the representatives has just been assassinated. These soldiers dressed in black could be our culprits.
No. They were sent forth to protect Hirschfelder, though they tarried too late.
Wait, you know Hirschfelder? Do you have any idea who shot him?
I did.
You?
Acrid smoke stings her eyes, blinding her vision.
Why?
Management dictate? No. The Field Marshal will not entertain such a thing. You've simply conjured up some invisible enemy to achieve your goals. We can conclude only this, that our enemy agreeing to this parley was only a ruse, and that the assassination of our colonel was meant to sow fear in our ranks. We will not yield to such a contemptible tactic. They have chosen war, and we will answer in kind.
The line is cut abruptly, leaving no room for negotiation. Confusion and tension ripple through the office, simmering like a pot ready to boil.
The assassination in Montpei has been a serious blow to our global efforts. Many nations have withdrawn from our peace talks in response.
Did we lose anyone?
No. Our investigators on the scene confirmed they heard just a single gunshot at a time. We do have a confirmed sighting of the shooter.
Yes, I heard. Yet they didn't fire on her. Which means our shooter isn't likely to be with the Manus.
The Chief of Staff nods in agreement, then lays out the situation at hand.
The Hawks have reacted strongly to this incident. They're calling for the Foundation to enter a state of war readiness again. Iron Knight gave quite a speech at our last meeting. It's clear the moderates are wavering over to his side.
The Vice President sets a chess piece on the desk and flicks it. It rolls in a slow arc.
True, but there are still things we can do to maintain the balance. We must consider violence our last resort. Send a special unit to Montpei. I need to figure out what really happened.
Reezer is on a mission at the Eastern Front. They won't be back in contact for several days. There are 3 squads presently available for deployment. Codenames Metaphor, Almond, and Minerva. But I don't believe any of them are suitable for this mission. We're left with only one option. The newly founded 12.
That's Craeus's team. I'm sure he'd be eager to buff up his resume with this mission. He's eager to prove himself.
All the members of the 12 used to work for Craeus at the Visuals Bureau. Their experience could be useful for this mission.
So he's a
Many
vigil.
of the arcane crime cases they cracked involved the Manus.
I understand he's been seen in the company of several prominent Hawks. He even spoke with Erenai several times.
Are you suggesting his policy leanings could pose a problem?
On the contrary, He'll make a fine choice, precisely because his appearance at the front line will calm the Hawk's nerves.
Understood.
Tell Kraus he and his team will set off in 2 hours.
Ooh. Tension ratchets up a little. Now we're on to the 5th part for today. Last part for today. Tomorrow we'll probably go from 5 to 10, if not more, if possible. Now let's get it rolling. Chrysanthemum. Artisonc.
Since the first grenade exploded in our trench, we've been dreaming of the moment when the guns fall silent and our commander calls out, "The war is over." The marshals will attend the victory banquet in His Majesty's palace, and the officers will pin shiny medals on their chests, and we will get to go home.
Out of my way, soldiers! I said make way!
His call to arms is passed through the winding trenches, passing over veterans slumped against the walls with indifference.
What's wrong?
Major Braun, the battalion commander, storms around a corner, followed by a long line of recruits with heads bowed.
Wilhelm, 2nd Company.
Jawohl, Herr Major.
Wilhelm straightens up, meeting the eyes of his commander. Major Braun points to the line of recruits behind him, their faces blank and strangely foreign.
You will be in charge of these runs from now on, and I'll need you to choose the pick of this litter to join the stormtroopers.
Jawohl, Major.
The major claps Wilhelm on his shoulder and boldly steps up to a firing position. Clears his throat.
Soldiers, I have some bad news. Half an hour ago in Montpey, at the site of this so-called parley, our representative, Colonel Hirschfelder, was assassinated by a French sniper.
What?
Helmets swivel, voices turn from sharp whispers to despair.
How's the Traum? The devil is he talking about? How could a sniper have made it so far behind our lines?
Shh. The major stands above the rumors, the murmurs.
Soldaten, we can't let our enemies sow fear within our ranks. Let their desperate attack bring us together and give us the strength to destroy them once and for all. They will pay in blood for what they've done.
The mingling of voices churns into an ominous hum within the trench.
Was zum Teufel? I thought this was finally going to end.
I can't. I can't even force myself to care.
With hate and rage, they scheme to destroy our fatherland. But we march against them with strength and cunning of wolves. Will you stand with me, soldiers? Will you stand for the Kaiser and for victory? They're good. You've shown me your steel, soldiers. You are the pride of the fatherland. Victory lies ahead, ready for the taking. Now take up your rifle and get back to your positions.
With his impromptu speech over, he drops down from the firing platform and leads a further cadre down the line. Second company's new recruits' tote bags so heavy they look liable to sink into the mud. The company's vets close in to offer relief.
Ach, Frontischwein, what's that you're holding? You got a fresh tin? Eisencow? Sausages?
The questions slide off the recruits, slipping down through the cracks of the boards at their feet. Some glance up from under oversized helmets, wide eyes locking with the tattered vets.
God, did you see the way they looked at us? It was like there was nothing behind their eyes.
Manus.
Erich, did you notice? I don't think they understood a word you said.
Shameful.
Erich throws a hand up in the air, shaking his head as he walks off. But Wilhelm musters up his sense of obligation as company commander, patting a recruit's helmet enthusiastically.
Come on, boys, follow me. I'll show you to your dugout. Mind the gaps on the duck boards.
Herr Hauptmann, perhaps first we should drill them on keeping their heads down and avoiding artillery. Remember how many comrades we lost in our first days?
Not now. First we need to... Oh. Take cover! Get in there, move!
God damn. Just kick-started like that, huh?
Move, move, move! Gott im Himmel, you're not bulletproof! Watch my hand! I'll signal you where to run, understood? In Deckung, boys! Come on, don't just stand there, follow me! Everyone's panicked! Rudolph, give me a hand! We need to get them moving!
I don't need the high ground to hurt you.
Target locked down.
I found my target.
I don't know what I'm doing. I should have read.
En la acumulación de laberintos, suéltalo todo una vez más.
For victory!
Now is
I
the time
see.
for repentance.
Now!
Let me restart that real quick, I think. Took me a moment.
Move, move, move! Watch my hand!
Revealed. Says lock target. Select format grants 3 steps of deceptive facades to them. I see. You just play match 2?
Target locked down.
I don't need the
Just to
high
give a
ground
good
to
kicking.
hurt you.
Oh, right, it's an extra attack.
En todos los momentos.
By God's grace.
For victory!
Nuestro adversario es el tiempo. Hey, don't
A
interrupt
shot
me.
hit. The enemies of peace shall be stamped out.
I still don't know what to do with that.
I found my
Más allá del concepto mundano del tiempo.
I'll show you. Icarus, eyes on the target.
Huh, a truly villainous moment.
Icarus, find your mark.
Hey, don't interrupt
Now
me.
is the time for repentance. A shot hit.
What are we trying to do? I don't mean to sound too dumb. I'm genuinely a little confused.
My sight shall unveil the hidden.
Más allá del concepto mundano de la acumulación de laberintos. Suéltalo todo una vez más.
Now is the time for repentance.
Do I have to do this?
A shot hit.
Are we supposed to take him out? Are we not supposed to take him out?
Target locked down.
I'm just a little confused, I suppose.
de destin du gargouille.
The enemies of peace shall be stamped out.
Cosmología, filosofía clásica,
The Glafeneb
el fundamento
son
del
toi.
mundo.
Never ending.
Okay, so it's just like survive. Oh, hold up. I probably should have looked at that first, huh? Sound of artillery rumbles through the woods like a distant storm.
It seems peace lies beyond our grasp.
He crouches and brushes aside some caked mud from a half-frozen corpse. Half-rotten arm. Ooh, I read that wrong. He doesn't notice and pays no heed to the soft scrape of metal ascending from the hill. His hands go still, then he rises. He lingers wordlessly on the face that greets him.
You don't remember who I am?
Your presence is familiar, but faces and names come slowly. There are so many memories here. It can be difficult to tell what is from what was.
I'll wait a little longer next time.
Marsha turns her eyes to a stone monument placed at the base of the hill. A slanted slab laid flat on the ground, etched with elegant carvings.
The Patriots. Did you make the cenotaph?
A stranger brought it here. A gift for the dead.
I see. I found your Major's package. Here.
She hands the figure a thin envelope, along with it a handwritten note.
A message came for you, I think. From the front. It seems your Major needs you to report back immediately.
Charon unfolds the note.
Jawohl. Soldiers must go where they are ordered.
Another thing. They're sending a new head of security to oversee the safe zone. His name is Kreas, a tall man with red hair. He'll be responsible for investigating the assassination. You can contact him if you need anything. The Foundation has already tightened security on every road to the town. I don't think you'll run into...
She appears once again on a weed-choked dirt path.
any danger on your way back.
Rain cloak, rifle, that distinctive headpiece. Marsha could never mistake her. Marsha steps forward, only to be blocked by the gravekeeper.
The dead rest here. They have seen enough violence.
You don't know what she did.
A burst of breathy air rushes out behind the clenched teeth. Though she tries to restrain herself, her hand climbs up to her sidearm at her waist.
Do you know her?
She brought the cenotaph to honor the dead.
The stranger walks up to the monument, standing perfectly still before it and paying no heed to either of them. She pulls a single white chrysanthemum from her cloak. A stone-like skin stands out against the soft petals.
Ihre Haut. Sie sieht so aus, als wäre sie aus Stein. Und dieser Kopfschmuck. Ich glaube, ich habe ihn schon einmal gesehen. Könnte es sein, dass du...
Then a soft rumble, grumbling chanting. Even without hearing the words, she understands what it is.
La
Freya.
copie brisée est abandonnée, mettant fin à la pénitence, sans fin. Que vos âmes traversent les arches, du sombre vers la paix. Que votre chemin soit libre de l'œil rouge, tandis que vous aspirez au paradis.
The white flower is left at the foot of the stone. He pauses in thought, then traces a strange shape in the air. The ritual is over. Morna turns and meets Marsha's guarded eyes.
We meet again, young Chevalier.
That's what we're going to call it for today, I suppose. Chapter 5, or Part 5. Interesting start. I like the more somber tone. It's not like very bombastic, kind of like, I think 2.0 start with the Haunted Highway or San Francisco. Very bombastic, very out there. This one's definitely much more mellow, more chilled out, somber. I like it, I like it. But anyways, that's it for today. Tomorrow we'll be back, hopefully a little earlier and with time enough to go from part 6 to hopefully 12 at least, you know, double. And increase my chapter count. But yeah, for now, I hope you guys have a good evening, morning, and afternoon. And of course, as always, do stay safe and have fun. My name's been Turtle. I've been your host for today here with Reverse 1999. We'll be back doing some more content. And again, once more, probably give it about a week's time, and then the full no commentary version will be up, so you don't have to hear my voice. But anyways, bye bye for now, and I hope you guys have a good one.